guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be discussing my TBR for January 2021, and the first book on my list is Freakin by Kelsey Kingsley, and here is what the book is about. People like you don't fall in love with people like me. Meet Holly Hughes, a moderately successful teen advice columnist living in a studio apartment on the Upper East Side with her boyfriend Steven. She has it all, but at the ripe age of 31, she wants more. She wants to be married, she wants a family, and she's going to have it all with Steven. At least that's what she thought, until Steven announces he's gay, and the domino effect of unfortunate events begins. She soon finds herself unemployed, single, and living in her sister's house on Long Island, working as her niece's babysitter for less than minimum wage. She's pretty certain she's destined to live in the land of mediocrity forever. And then her niece runs face first into a tall, handsome man at the bookstore. Holly Freakin Hughes is an HNFN title about acceptance, feeling good enough, and the reality that the grass isn't always greener on the other side. No, this book contains some strong language in sexual situations. Age discretion is advised. The next book on my list is Dark Horse by Melissa Pearl and Anna Cruz. This book is part of a series. It's called the Aspen Falls series. Each book in this series is a standalone, so you can read it in any order you would like. Here is what the book is about. He can't let go of the past, and it might cost him a future with the woman he loves. Nate knows how to solve crimes. He's dedicated his entire life to the force, sacrificing everything in his desperate attempt to absolve himself of the guilt he feels over his own mother's unsolved death. Sally loves Nate, but 3 years of waiting for him has proven one thing. His career will always come first, not her. Frustrated by his constant absence, Sally does the unthinkable. She walks away. Devastated by the breakup, Nate throws himself into a Jane Doe case, but he soon discovers that solving yet another crime does nothing to fill the hole inside him. To make matters worse, Sally is moving on, and he doesn't know if he can ever win her back. But he has to try, especially when unforeseen circumstances put Sally's life in danger, especially because he might be the only one who can save her. You'll love Dark Horse because of its heart-wrenching romance, nail-biting tension, and twists you won't see coming. The next book on my list is Dire Straits by Melissa Pearl and Anna Cruz, and here is what the book is about. The drowning wasn't an accident. Instinct is telling him to look deeper, to find the story. Jared is a good reporter. He knows a front-page story when he sees one. When a woman is found dead on the banks of the river, the police assume it was accidental, but Jared thinks otherwise and sets out on a mission to uncover the truth, a mission that involves a certain beautiful cop. Jessica is a good cop. She keeps her head down and does her job, desperate to prove herself, especially to the person that matters most, the person who was ripped from her life so many years ago. But she is restless, fighting the desire growing inside of her to do more than just follow orders. When their paths cross, both are driven to find answers about the woman's death. The further their investigation goes, the more they discover, and Jared and Jessica soon realize that the case goes far deeper than a simple drowning. Digging for answers exposes new risks, posing a threat to both their jobs, their lives, and their feelings for each other. You'll love Dire Straits because of its simmering romance, intriguing mystery, and explosive conclusion. The next book on my list is Desperate Measures by Melissa Pearl and Anna Cruz, and here's what the book is about. Camila has spent the last 10 years trying to leave her dark past behind, but when Alex turns up on her doorstep, she's forced to face the one person she couldn't forget. Growing up on the tough streets of the city taught Cam a few things, especially about love. Don't listen to your heart, because it always lets you down. Listen to your head instead. She's lived by that motto as detective with Aspen Falls Police Department. Cool-headed and calm, she solved plenty of cases through sheer grit and determination. But when Alex, a ghost from her past, shows up in her home, her resolve falters. He's clearly on the run and up to no good, but there's just one problem. She loved him once, and her head can't convince her heart that anything has changed, especially when she realizes just how much trouble he's in. The last thing Alex wants to do is put Cam in danger. The woman he loved years ago, the woman he purposely left behind, deserves better. But fate has other plans. Injured and alone, he shows up on her doorstep, knowing exactly what he needs, a safe place to stay, and a plan to get out from under the myriad of people who want him dead. But he knows something else, too. His feelings for Cam never changed, and showing up at her door could be the worst thing he's ever done, because this time he might lose her forever. If you like gritty, heart-wrenching romantic suspense, then you'll love this new Aspen Falls novel. The next book on my list is Daylight Robbery by Melissa Pearl and Anna Cruz. This is the last book in the Aspen Falls series. I'm excited to see how the series ends, and here is what the book is about. It was supposed to be a seamless robbery, in and out without a trace, but then Police Chief Marks walked through the door. Stealing is all he knows. She's good at what she does. She was trained to be the best, but that all changes when she's caught red-handed by a cop. Cuffed in the back of a police car, she soon realizes her screw-up means she'll pay a heavy price. Kellen has to tread carefully with the teenage girl he caught robbing his parents' house. Not just because she's a minor and she's terrified, but because she is a painful reminder of the daughter he lost. He's determined to help her, but he's going to need backup in the form of one very attractive social worker. Melina jumps at any chance she can to work with Kellen. The man's a locked box she's been trying to break open for years. Haunted by the disappearance of his own daughter, Melina thinks the case might be exactly what Kellen needs to deal with the demons of his past. But nothing goes according to plan. When the station is attacked and someone breaks Lee out of jail, Kellen and Melina realize there's much more to this girl than meets the eye. Suddenly, Kellen is right back where he started, hunting for a lost child. Will he find this one in time, or is it too late to rescue her? If you like relatable characters, heartwarming romance, and gripping mystery, then you'll love Daylight Robbery. The next book on my list is The Memory of Light by Francisco X. Stork, and here's what the book is about. 16-year-old Vicky Cruz wakes up in a hospital's mental ward after a failed suicide attempt. Now she must find a path to recovery, and perhaps rescue some others along the way. When Vicky Cruz wakes up in the Lakeview Hospital Mental Disorders ward, she knows one thing. After her suicide attempt, she shouldn't be alive. But then she meets Mona, the live wire, Gabriel the saint, E.M. always angry, and Dr. Desai, a quiet force. With stories and honesty, kindness and hard work, they push her to reconsider her life before Lakeview, and offer her an acceptance she's never had. But Vicky's newfound peace is as fragile as the roses that grow around the hospital. And when a crisis forces the group to split up, sending Vic back to the life that drove her to suicide, she must try to find her own courage and strength. She may not have them, she doesn't know. Inspired in part by the author's own experience with depression, The Memory of Light is the rare young adult novel that focuses not on the events leading up to a suicide attempt, but the recovery from one, about living life when life doesn't seem worth it and how we go on anyway. The next book on my list is Cinder by Marissa Meyer, and here's what the book is about. Humans and androids crowd the precocious streets of New Beijing. A deadly plague ravages the population. From space, a ruthless lunar people watch, waiting to meet their move. No one knows that Earth's fate hinges on one girl, Cinder, a gifted mechanic. She is a cyborg. She's a second-class citizen with a mysterious past, reviled by her stepmother and blamed for her stepsister's illness. But when her life becomes intertwined with the handsome Prince Kai's, she suddenly finds herself at the center of an intergalactic struggle and a forbidden attraction. Caught between duty and freedom, loyalty and betrayal, she must uncover secrets about her past in order to protect her world's future. And the last book on my list is Asylum, Volume 2 by Yoshitaka Oima. I'm not going to talk too much about this book because it's a movie and it could ruin some of the movie for you if you have not seen it. And that's it for this video. I hope you have a great rest of your day.